Now in this video, we're going to take my Substack post here, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for subtopic ideas, future ideas, or blind spots I may have left out in this post. So if we just copy the whole thing, just right click and copy the whole article. Now, if you want, you can just select paragraphs. You can select a couple of lines, but in this case here, I'm just going to simply just copy the full article. And what we're doing is we're going to load up the tool here, and as you can see here, we're going to paste it in here. So I'm going to paste in my full Substack article here, and then what we're going to do is we are going to let the tool do its magic. So in this case here, we're going to look at subtopic ideas. So if I've written this article, I'm thinking to myself, well, what can I write about tomorrow? This is going to give me a great idea. So let's click on this, and the tool now is just processing this request, and it'll come back to us now in a couple of seconds with a lot of ideas that I can use for upcoming ideas. So in this case here, the main article, as we can see here, it's on the topic of why no one cares about your passion. And it's basically the topic is that if you are passionate about your work, it doesn't necessarily guarantee that other people are going to be passionate about what you're doing. And what the kind of main topic about the article is that you need to find what people are actually looking for and kind of attach your passion to that. So basically just giving people what they want, because we're all kind of selfish in our own little way. And if you're creating things that nobody wants, well, then you're wasting your time. So you need to find things that people are wanting right now that are attached to your passion that you can create for them. So it's a win-win for both you and both the person on the other side. So here are some spin-off ideas. So one kind of subtopic you do would maybe understanding your audience. The better you understand your audience, the better the content, products, or whatever you're making is going to be for them, which will mean you'll probably sell more or you'll have a larger audience. Then we have the art of storytelling. So we can talk about our passion and why we do it and related to our customers, our readers. So creating content that sells, finding a niche, the power of passion and profit, quick wins for your audience. So as you can see here, these are kind of subtopics under the main kind of category of, having a passion, but also making money from that passion. So I could take any of these here. I could take them all and I could create either videos, podcast episodes, YouTube videos, or any particular type of content on that. I could even actually maybe break some of these down and create maybe some paid products. I could maybe create a product on understanding your audience. Or I could maybe create an ebook on the art of storytelling. Or maybe if I wanted to, I could create maybe a Kindle book on how to create content that sells. And I could use that as the main kind of idea and then go to my drawing board and kind of outline a book or a product or whatever that would be, that would expand on that and would help that person. So don't just see it as kind of content ideas. There's product ideas in it as well too that you can use. So in this case, we're going to click on the blind spots because I know I did leave some stuff out in this that I know probably my audience might like to know about. So if we wait here for this response to come back here. So here we go here. Here are some blind spots and assumptions that might come up for readers. Why should I care? What if we don't know what people want? Isn't this just selling out? What about niche markets? What if my passion doesn't fit? So these are kind of questions I probably could have touched in that. If you had a passion and you're just kind of maybe pushing that passion aside for a moment because you're trying to sell, well, isn't that kind of selling yourself out? Aren't we kind of building a business on a passion? Aren't we not kind of going against ourselves, which is a good topic. And it could be something that I could write about in that. And if we come down here a little bit further, how do I balance a passion and a profit? What if I'm not good enough? Can I still share my journey? What happens if I failed? Now, I'm sure you can see here as well, these are going to be thoughts that are probably going through the reader's head as they're reading this. They're probably going to worry about things like, what if people don't want what I have? Am I just selling out? Am I just kind of going for the cash and not kind of building a business or a life around something that I want to do? So you can be guaranteed people are probably going to have these thoughts at the back of their mind as they're actually reading that content. And that is going to be even more ideas that I could use for future topics in my content. So we'll see you in the next video. We're going to have a look at future ideas.